Well, good morning. We are at the Sanctuary of Peace, the Sanctuary of Truth. This is an amazing place to travel to when you are in Pattaya. This is a real-life megastructure that is still being constructed. It's under construction. There's a lot of things that happen around the world in the past, thousands of years ago, and we look at them and we say, how was that built? How were they designed? How did people do that? Well, right now, you can travel and actually watch one of those amazing structures being built. It'll be around for centuries after this. Thousands of years, people will enjoy this structure, and you can see it getting made. Today, we are gonna not only visit this beautiful Sanctuary of Truth, but we're also gonna talk about investing for generational wealth. There's no better place, investing for the future, and why I decided to retire early and take my investments and say, okay, I'm done. I'm not working anymore. I'm gonna invest to retire early. I'm getting out of the workplace. I'm gonna start traveling. We're gonna talk about how and why I made that decision. We're gonna get a closer look inside and around this beautiful structure as well. And we'll go get ourselves a great bite to eat later on today. I'm really glad that you came with me today. This is one of the places that I love to visit every time I come down here to the coastline to visit Pattaya. I like to come and spend some time here. And I'm glad we're getting a chance to have a good conversation as well about long-term investing and building generational wealth. Okay, we've got a lot to see and a lot to do here. Let's get going. From wherever you are staying in Pattaya, you simply get on one of these scooters. It's going to cost you about $3. They take you right to the Sanctuary of Truth. They know it. Lots of people like to go there, so they'll get you there. Once you get there, it's going to cost about $15 for an adult to get in. But it's really nice. Outside, they have it all set up for kids. They have all these wonderful animals that you can get right up close with. They've got these goats, they have ducks, rabbits, all sorts of them. And for the adults, you have an area that you can sit and relax, have a drink. There's a nice meal that you can have there. For me, I just like to kind of stop by, see the animals, and then make my way down to the Sanctuary of Truth itself. But if you do bring a family, I have to tell you, this is going to be a wonderful place to make part of your trip to Pattaya. Years ago, I found myself in a position that I was working, spending every dime that I made just to survive. Every month I was in the red, every year deeper in debt. And I realized I was getting nowhere. I was getting nowhere for retirement. I wasn't building any generational wealth. I wasn't building any real wealth for myself either. And I had to make a change. It wasn't going to be easy. It required a major change in how I looked at money, how I looked at investing, how I looked at my future. I asked myself, was I planning to leave anything beyond myself? Anything that's going to be for the next generation? Because if I couldn't even build wealth for myself, if I was living this life where I was just in debt all the time because of the cost of living in the West, this wasn't going to work. I wanted to build something for the future. You see, the setup that I had at that time was that I was making some money from some injuries that I had in the military. That's like a little bit of VA money that you get. As soon as you pass away, it's gone. Oh, and then what about your Social Security? You say, well, you work for 10 years, you become vested in the Social Security system. When you pass away, it's gone. This is not generational wealth. These are Band-Aids on a broken leg. They don't fix anything. I don't even know if they'll be here 20 years from now. Who knows? I made the decision to not put my future and the future of my family in the hands of a government or a company or someone else trying to build my retirement. I had to do it. If I wanted to build generational wealth, if I wanted to actually retire early, I had to take charge of my own retirement. It wasn't going to happen by allowing anyone else to be in charge. No government, no business, no military. I had to take charge and build my own retirement.
and I wanted it to survive long after me. That's the key of investing on your own, is that it's not just yours, you pass it down to the next generation.
The workers that are here building this beautiful sanctuary of truth, they are enjoying it, of course. Right now they're enjoying it, but they're not building it for themselves. They're building it for the generations that come after them. That's why this is so poignant to our discussion today. It wasn't about just building a retirement so I could retire early and travel. It was about changing my family's future.
Once I started to take a portion of my paycheck and invest, I started buying dividend stocks. I also started buying growth stocks. I also found myself a good retirement property. This took 3 decades. It wasn't overnight. But what I built is something that will last long after I'm gone. It goes down to my kids and their kids. It builds generational wealth. Sometimes you have to think a little bit further than just yourself. You have to think about what legacy you're passing down for others. What are you doing for the next generations? To not think about that, to me, was very selfish, and I didn't want to live a selfish life. I wanted to work hard, and I wanted to retire early, but I also wanted to make the generations who come after me live a better life than I had to fight.
You can go right up and look at them as they make this structure. They make the supports, and they also make all of the figurines. That's the noise you hear in the background.
Over the course of 3 decades, even more than 3 decades, about 35 years of investing, I was able to build up an investment portfolio that now pays for me to travel like this. It allows me to travel to foreign countries. It allows me to live a very chill life. I mean, I don't live a luxury life, as you know. I live a very relaxed lifestyle. I like to stay in low-cost hotels. I eat low-cost meals. Every once in a while, maybe I splurge on myself here and there. But for the most part, I don't. I live a very relaxed life, not a luxury lifestyle, and I'll take it because I'm not going to work like I did. I'm not putting my body and my mind through the stress. And that was the whole point of early retirement. And I don't want my future generations to have to make the same choices I made. I want them to have options. That's the key. There's 2 things that can give your kids options. 1 is a strong education. And 2 is for you to build intergenerational wealth. Wealth that goes on beyond you. Then you have changed the life of your children, grandchildren, and beyond.
This is available and other things too. You can do rides on these elephants. There's horseback rides, carriage rides, all available.
I explained it to my kids like this. Riches is the money that you spend. Wealth is the money you invest. There's a big difference between the two. When you understand that difference is when you start to build wealth and not just acquire riches that you blow and just go deeper in debt.
I never understood that either. I was the type of person that spent it as soon as I made it. It took a long time for me to wake up to investing.
If you remember one thing about investments, it's that assets grow. A good asset should grow. Liabilities will cost you money. But assets should grow. Investing in good companies, companies that produce something that actually build or change the world, they should grow. Investing in real estate, something solid in a good area that isn't collapsing, it should grow. Build intergenerational wealth, not just for you to enjoy now, but for the generations to come.
Every year I enjoy coming here to the Sanctuary of Truth. It's a place for me to come and relax. I enjoy walking through it, seeing the changes that have come, and watching as it progresses. I've been coming now to Thailand for many years. It's been almost 2 decades, and this will be here long after me. Tonight I'm taking you out for a couple of snacks on the street. Let's enjoy Pattaya at night.
Look at that. Oh my god. Oh.
Just a little snack action out here in Pattaya. Nothing wrong with that.
I want to thank you for spending some time with me today. Today we got a chance not only to spend some time here at the Sanctuary of Truth, but we also got a chance to talk a little bit about generational investing, building wealth so that you have not just yourself a change in your current financial situation, but you change the future for generations after you. That is building a legacy. And that's what's happening right here. A legacy is being built for the future. There's no better place for us to talk about this. If you want to learn more about traveling the way that I do, as a minimalist with one backpack, living low cost overseas, enjoying my retirement, well, like and subscribe to the video and come with for the journey, because we love to have you. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can find myself a nice, maybe a nice hot cup of coffee sounds good today. We'll talk again soon. Aloha.
Hidden in plain sight, he found me. The ninja attack cat of Pattaya. Just look at him, acting like a sweetheart, specially trained to act like a sweetie. Actually, he's a ruthless killer, just waiting to sink his claws into someone's jugular vein. He's not happy unless he's gnawing on someone's femur bone. The mad attack cat of Pattaya.